to make this trip together,
Sure,
right?
sure.
And it's very important to me because here's the thing. I've explained to you how important the 10X community is to me,
Sure.
right? And especially, first of all, we started off with a couple of hiccups,
Sure.
and then with the hiccups is one thing, but then you moving from the single family
Sure.
to a multi
Sure.
like this, right?
Yeah.
Something that I really want to talk to you about, and something to be celebrated, really, right?
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
Georgia always has like 100 things going on, but he said that
I know he does. Yeah.
he said in a couple of weeks he's going to be up here, so
Oh, cool.
he'll get to connect with you, anyways.
Definitely. That's so good.
Oh, when you said you're taking some shots, I thought.
No, no, I don't know.
Oh, okay. So,
You've got your video.
Well, anything you want off the record, I got you.
So,
You just tell
yeah.
me.
Actually, if you don't mind, I do have a couple of questions for you, but it's going to be more along the lines of, what made you do this transition from single to this, and the purpose of you doing that. That's basically it. Because
Followed Grant for a while.
actually, if you don't mind, I want to put this. Since you're answering me as we talk, let me just pull up my voice notes.
Sure.
This is a nice spread too.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No problem. So I was telling you that how to make the transition. Well, it wasn't it wasn't built in a, like Rome wasn't built in a day.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what the process was for me. I wanted to make the transition, and I've been following Grant for a while, for almost a year now, and like through the pandemic, actually, that's when I first saw him or actually learned about him, and one of the things that really, that I saw is that it takes him pretty much the same amount of energy,
Yeah.
and work to get a single family or a duplex or triplex as it takes to have this 17 units or 30 units or even 100 or 200 units or 300 units. All you need to have in place is the team. That's all you need. Pretty much all you need. Because through the team you can find attorneys, that's a very simple thing, or somebody to help you with the construction, or somebody with money like money raisers, or just simple camaraderie and network. Because people can tell you, you know what, my guy actually knows about that, let me just get him on the phone. So things like that you don't really have access if you're concentrated on the small, like really ant size type of stuff.
Perfect.
And so in this year, I guess year and a half, that we've been on this stuff, because I don't want to record all this other words.
No, I'm not gonna put. I'm not gonna
No,
put
no,
all
no,
this in.
I know, but still,
Yeah.
through all this stuff that we've been, I think it's really important to note the growth that we've had. And when I say it's me and my wife, I know a lot of people have gone through that too,
Yes.
but we have especially gone through a lot of growth, because I've realized that it's not only the business side or the income side that you have to make grow. You have to grow here first. You have to grow inside. You have to grow as a person, before, and it shows. So I've been telling, every time I talk to somebody, it's like they really see me like, man, this guy knows his stuff.
Of course.
And it's just clarity. It's just clarity, mind and body and everything. It's like all aligned. So it's
Yeah.
like a synergy that we have. So when you have that synergy, you go farther so fast. So fast. And that's what I told you, Ravi. I told that the same thing. I told it to George, that it's great to have the 17 units. Perfect.
Yeah.
It's going to be my first, stepping stone, first deal. But I'm not looking at 20 or 25 just to for the next step. The next step for me is going to be like 100 plus units.
That's awesome, man.
At least 100 plus units. For sure.
Speaking from the financing end of the business,
Yeah.
exactly what you said earlier. It's the same effort that it takes to finance, let's say, a single family investment. Same effort
Yeah.
it'll take for, let's say, a 50 or 100 unit. Actually, it might even be
I
easier.
was gonna tell you.
It's
Actually easier when you
it's
go
actually easier to do the 50 or 100 unit as opposed to
true.
the single family. And a lot of people think that they need to start with a single. They have to do the single, and for a number of years before they get into
Yeah.
that. It's it's definitely not that process. So for people who really think that they need to start with a single family, what would you like to say to them?
You know what? I had that conversation exactly a week ago with a friend of mine who had, and I quote, they wanted to get their feet wet.
Yeah,
Just by getting into like the single family. Like one single family. I don't need anything else. I just need just like I did it.
of course.
And I was like, yeah. I mean, I understand that. I completely agree with that notion of like at least getting your feet wet.
Yes.
But getting your feet wet with one single family is not the same as getting your feet wet with something bigger.
Of course.
And in the end, what prevents you from actually going from that to something bigger like this or even bigger is just this.
Yeah. The one
Nothing
thing,
else.
The one thing that's overlooked as well too is
Yeah.
with a single family. Let's take your friend for example. With a
Yeah.
single family, he'll be going into that alone.
Yeah.
Right. For the most
True.
part.
True.
If he's
True.
going into a 50 unit, a 100
Yeah.
unit, he's going to have a team of people he's going to be going into
Sure.
with that.
Sure.
And for the most part, it might actually be people with experience, right? Which
Yeah.
is going to
Yeah.
have him.
Yeah, but
so-
that's the thing. You know what? Also, I've realized that I'm an engineer by trade, and I have a lot of friends who are engineers. And we engineers, I don't know if it's only the engineers, but like I know a lot of people that they want to do it themselves.
Yeah.
Like they want to have the experience themselves. I have to do it with my own hands. I have to get in there and get dirty. I'm like, I've done that, but like, why do you want to do that for?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
I know.
But it makes sense to them. It's like
Yeah.
they're gonna say, you know what, I did it.
Yeah.
And I was talking to another friend of mine, a couple of weeks back, and I was telling him exactly the same thing. I was telling, Richard, I know why you're doing this.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, because I'm gonna save money. No, you say that to people, but I know you're not doing it to save money.
Yeah.
Because you're not saving anything. You're actually spending more.
Yes.
The only reason that you're doing that is because you're gonna say, I did it.
Of
And he was
course.
like, man, you know me so well. It was so funny, but that's what it is,
Of course.
That's exactly what it is, They don't really see the trees for the forest,
Yeah.
They just see like it's only a little thing to do and that's it, But there is so much more, and that's one of the things that I learned also through Grant.
Yeah.
There is so much abundance, and it's not like nothing like new age type of bullshit or
Yeah.
anything like that. It's actually true.
Of course.
It's actually true. And when you see people in networking events that they're at this level, and we're like, trying to get our feet wet with one single family. Fuck that.
Yeah. No,
And
100%.
that's basically, the whole process that I went through,
Bob, if you don't mind, why don't you just
Do
take
the
some
drum?
drone shots
All right.
while Luis and I
Oh.
speak for a bit?
No lie, I was hanging on to every